Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 21 and today we are starting things off at the top of the AFK platform for absolutely no reason. I just thought I'd pop up here just to take a look around from up on the top of the Hermitcraft server. But here we are. We're back for another episode. We've got a bunch of really awesome plans today. Once again, we're going to be working in the base area, which should be quite a bit of fun. But before we begin, I just want to mention something. At the time of release of this video, okay, when this video rolls out, I will be in my new house. I will be there, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. I will actually be in the new house. I'll be getting everything set up. I'll be moving in furniture. I'll basically preparing myself to record videos and things like that. And I personally cannot wait. Obviously, by the time this video releases, I will be there. Right now, of course, I'm not because I record these videos way in advance. But one thing that I will say is that if you do want updates on that whole situation, then check out my Twitter. There'll be a link to that one down in the description. That'll have all of the information, all of the updates I can possibly give, because obviously, quite naturally, I'm going to be very, very excited at that point in time. But anyway, that's enough chatter of moving out and houses and things like that, because I've spoken about that so many times in the past couple of episodes of Hermitcraft that you guys are probably bored to death with it. Okay, you probably are bored to death with it. So we're going to be moving on from that one, and we're actually going to get down to business and start work on the plans for today's episode. Now, for those of you who have not seen the previous episode of Hermitcraft, or like the last couple episodes of Hermitcraft, this is my base. It involves quite a lot of circles. In the previous episode, we added in this circle going right the way around the outside right there. And also, in the past couple episodes, we've added in the satellites and obviously all of these bits and pieces. But also what we did in the previous episode of Hermitcraft is we added in this section right here. Now, this is one of the first satellite sections of my base. So this is one of the first like outside areas. And this one is probably the most important one. It is in fact my storage system. Now this is where we're going to be keeping all of the double chests that are going to be holding all of my items, and eventually we're going to set up a sorting system using all of the hoppers and the redstone and things like that, but unfortunately at the minute don't really have the resources to do that one. But this is where everything is going to be going, and in today's episode we're going to be adding in the infrastructure and basically placing down all of the chests to get that thing done, and hopefully get ourselves a fully working storage system that is just like bulk storage, where we can keep all of our items and make sure that we don't run out of space. So I just popped through into the Hermitcraft Series 3 world that I've got saved on my computer, which you can download. For those of you who have been asking down in the comment section, you can download it. You just have to go on to the Hermitcraft website and you can download this world and check everything out for yourselves. But I just popped through to see what my storage system looked like, and it is a lot bigger than I thought it was. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 blocks long. Now, I'm fairly certain the diameter of the circle that we've got is actually about 40 blocks. I think it's 45 blocks. So we should be okay there in terms of space. It's all about sort of arranging the thing and making sure that we have enough space for all of the items, because also, of course, we need overflows and miscellaneous chests. So maybe it's going to be a similar size plus another 5. I'm tempted to do it in this sort of style as well, just because I think that would look really, really cool. This is a bit of a tricky one, I have to say, because I really want to get this right, as I spend a lot of time in my storage system. So I'm going to do some planning and also some resource gathering, and I'll catch you guys back on the proper Hermitcraft server. Oh, blimey! I cannot tell if this is a prank or if it's just a really, really cool build. Either way, I'm sort of glad that it exists. That is crazy. So we are back once again in my Optimum mining strip. This is my Optimum red clay farming facility. As you can see, I've been using it quite a bit over the past couple of days. We've still got plenty more to gather. So, as you guys know, my original plan was to have the red hardened clay right here. I put it in, and yeah, I'm not 100% sold on it. So I tried out upside down sandstone stairs, and I think they look a lot better. I think that's a nicer style, a nicer way of doing things. I think it fits in a little bit better. And also the upside down stairs, it means that this will sort of flow more, as in it will be like blocks, then a nice gradual. I don't even know what I'm talking about. All I know is that that looks better. Okay, that definitely looks better than that. That looks pretty horrible and unmatching. So we're going to be wiping that little fella out, and we're going to be chucking sandstone stairs in. Cool, okay, well I'm going to construct the entire framework now, and then we should be good to go. So as the sun sets on the Hermitcraft server, I rush over to my newfound storage system to finish everything off. So we have to go around this little circle right here, and this is what it looks like. It sort of looks like a strange monument at the minute, a bit like Stonehenge or something like that. Obviously not quite Stonehenge, but near enough. But yeah, this is what it looks like right now, and as you can see, when we chuck in all of the sandstone here, and then the final ones here, we will have a complete and finished framework ready to start chucking in all of our chests. Now, I have to say, I am really, really happy with how the way this looks. I think it looks awesome. I don't know if I'm going to leave it open-topped or if I'm going to do a tiny bit of stuff on the roof area. One thing that I was thinking is perhaps I could have some glass going up, sort of creating like a slight circle there, like a little arch. Maybe have like glass connecting all of these arches here. That could be something for the future, maybe something to experiment with later on in the episode, but I definitely feel like I just want to get the chests in right now. That's all I want to do. I just want to get all of the chests in place. So now I guess I've got to head off to the shopping district, because sadly, although I hate doing it, the log fellas really do provide an excellent service. And, you know, they are having a bit of a sale right now. I have quite a lot of diamonds. I might as well do a little bit of spending. Just as a heads up, I seem to have developed the Mumbo Inefficiency Minecraft player syndrome again, and it is driving me mad. I don't know what's going on. Ugh. Now, I do think it's a little bit strange that I am one of the biggest opposers of the log fellas, yet seem to be one of their biggest customers. Anyway, there is 8 stacks of diamonds, which entitles me to 16 stacks of these logs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect! Well, okay, now that I've wiped out their store almost, you know what, that's perfect. I will put them out of business by buying all of their logs, then they won't have anything to sell. It's a flawless business plan. Absolutely flawless. Starting to realise now that I need a lot more wood than I thought. It's around about 80 chests in total, like 80 chests in total for every single layer. There are 4 layers on each side, which means that there are 8 layers in total, which means, yeah, I need a lot of chests. I currently have 6 stacks of chests, which is probably just about enough to do one side. I've used almost all of my wood. Okay, I am glad I'm not farming that stuff. One side of regular chests is almost all completed. So as you can see, we've got gaps in between all the chests. Of course, this isn't going to be sticking around because we're going to be filling those gaps with trap chests. But for the minute, we are just doing the regular chests, simply because, obviously, trap chests use a ton of iron and a ton of wood. Now, we are going to be doing those in today's episode. Don't worry, we are going to be filling in the entire storage system. But that's just one thing that I hadn't really thought of, which means that, yes, we are going to need a bunch of iron, and we're going to need a bunch of wood. So we're going to have to gather all of that stuff. But anyway, here we go. We are almost there. And there it is. Final one now. Why did that go the wrong way? I don't understand how these chests work. Sometimes they go one way, sometimes they go the other way. All of these have to face in the correct direction. What? What is this madness? I don't know how or why Minecraft seems to be calculating my chests to go that way when I'm clearly placing them in this direction. Got a bit of repairing to do now. All the chests are now fixed. They're all facing in the correct direction. As you can see right here on the second account, this thing's looking cool. It's looking big. It's definitely a big storage system, but it is looking pretty cool. Obviously, from afar, it starts to look a little bit strange because all of the chests unrender. So then we end up with like a strange looking framework type thing. But when we're up close, it looks pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a cool looking storage system. Obviously, it will look 10 times better when we get all the chests in this side and also all of the trap chests in place. So speaking of that sort of thing, I guess it's about time that we do place in all of the regular chests on this side. So I'm going to crack on with that one. And just like that, all of my regular chests are now in place. So these are all here. This is roughly what the storage system is going to look like, but it's going to look a lot more densely packed with chests. So now I have to work out how many double trap chests I need. And you know what? Might as well do that on camera because it's not actually that difficult. So it's 1, 2, 3, so it's 6. That's 12 trap chests per module. So that's 12, 24. Then we've got 48 right there. We have another 48 on that side, which takes our total to 96. And then it is 8 right there, I would say. 1, 2, yep, 8 there and 8 there, which means that we have to add 16 to 96, which is going to be 102, 112. Yes, okay, 112. I sincerely hope that I have done my maths correctly there. So if we need 112 trap chests, then that means that we need around about 58 iron. We're going to need 56 iron even, 56 iron to do this, which I think I've got. I think I have 56 iron in my base. I sincerely hope I have 56 iron in my base, because otherwise I'm really going to struggle here. And to be honest, I just want to point out, it is much, much harder to do maths in your head when you're saying it. When you're saying it out loud and you've got the pressure of recording, it is so much more difficult to even do the most basic of multiplication. So I wouldn't be surprised if I've got all of that wrong. Okay, so here goes. There are my tripwire hooks. There we go. So we've got a decent quantity, far more than I needed, I think, maybe? I don't know, I genuinely don't know. I did the maths earlier, and now I've completely forgotten it. So I'm just going to craft up all of these, and that should be enough, I think. Let's do this. Yep, I have definitely done something mathematically wrong. Because I now only have 16 trap chests left, and I've only done one side. And I don't understand how I've done something mathematically wrong. Because that's a trap chest, that's a trap chest, and that's a trap chest. Oh, that's 12, 24, that's 48. Oh. Sweet. Okay, yeah, I did my maths completely wrong there. Wicked. And it's raining. Could this day get any worse? I suppose I could be dead. I've just used all of the iron that I have on the Hermitcraft server. All of it. Every single little nugget of iron that I have got has gone into these tripwire hooks. But I would say, I mean, we've got one stack there. We have 16 there. We have... Maybe we should turn all of these into trap chests as well. That's definitely going to be enough. I would have thought that would be enough trap chests right there to do this thing. So, let's get to it. Last few sections now. Here we go. And now the little hop. And those... These and those. There we go. That is the storage system done. Let's just hop across like that. Take out all of my scaffolding blocks. Get rid of those. Now I think there's a few of these missing. And of course, I do not have any of the stone slabs, so I can't actually fill in any of the gaps. So that's that one filled in. And that one filled in temporarily. But as you can see, this is what the storage system looks like. It looks like a dense wall of chests going right the way across. Now that is a big storage system. We have got loads of space. What are we even going to fill this with? I have no idea. I have no idea how I'm even going to sort out these chests. I just don't know. I don't know what sort of sections I'm going to put them into. Why does this happen? Every time I start recording, it starts raining. Just on cue, pretty much. But yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to sort it. I don't know what's going to be going where. And you know what? I think that's probably something that I should do, and I think that's something I'm going to do in today's episode. In fact, let's hop into a creative world. Let's sort of map out this storage system right here and work out where everything is meant to be. So as you can see, I've sort of created a simulation of my storage system in my redstone testing world with all of the item frames. Now this is going to take an alarmingly long time. I can promise you that. This is going to take an alarmingly long time to work out because I want to make sure that all of the items that I'm placing in make sense. So what I mean by this is I want to group things together that should be grouped together. So for example, we want cobblestone and stone to be grouped together. We want all of those sorts of building blocks to be in one little stock. We want all of the other types of building blocks to be in one little area, like nether elements. We want redstone elements to be together. We want farming elements to be together. Hardened clay, stained clay, all those sorts of things. They need to be kept together. And that basically means that this is going to be a tiny bit more complicated than I guess I imagined, and also you guys probably imagined as well. Because of course this is going to be my storage system for the rest of the Hermitcraft series. I have to get it right, it has to make sense, and it has to be a logical storage system. So I guess I'm going to start chucking in some items into the item frames, and basically racking my brain to try and work out where I want each thing to go. So I thought I would give you guys a bit of a progress update, because things are coming together really quite nicely. I have done a bunch of planning, and I have worked out roughly where I want everything to go. So we've got the spruce wood, the regular wood, then our birch wood, this, and this. Okay, so let me run you through the storage system as it stands so far. So we have got cobblestone and stone, we have got all of the strange block types that I never remember, then we've got dirt and gravel, and then sandstone and sand and things like that. I thought all of those made sense because those are mostly the blocks that you get from the ground. One thing that I am thinking though, is maybe I might replace that with grass. Probably makes a little bit more sense, I'm going to be honest with you. So gravel will go along with like the nether supplies or something like that. Then moving along here, we have got ourselves a little bit of the woods and also some leaves. We then once again have leaves and then the wooden stairs and slabs. Then this area here is going to be reserved for stairs and slabs that are completely different. Things like cobblestone stairs, things like sandstone stairs, nether brick stairs, things like that. So that is the plan at the minute. Things are coming together nicely. It is taking a very long time to work out what goes where, but I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far. Okay, so I've got a bit of a progress update to give you guys. First off, we have got all of the slabs and stairs are now in place. So we've got all of these slabs, all of these stairs down at the bottom. You can see there's no nether ones, and that's because they're in the nether section. But also we have this little torch. Couldn't think of what to put there, and I thought torches made sense. I mean, torch is a pretty useful thing, and it's very good to have in your sorting system right there. But then heading over to this section here, we've got a bunch of miscellaneous blocks, things like red sandstone, we've got ProleteR, we've got the end bits basically. We've got a little bit of prismarine stuff, so all of the underwater dungeony bits, and then also some iron blocks and some glass. And then finally we've got the nether section where we've got netherrack, we've got soul sand, gravel, we've got obsidian. It's not strictly nether, but I thought it sort of fitted in with the lava theme, and then also some quartz and bits, some nether brick, and some glowstone. So I would say that's like a good selection. I would say we've got a good selection of things right there. So far, we still have this mini section here to go, and also this big section here. I just remembered that we actually need like a miscellaneous section where all of the overflow items run into, so that is what all of these chests are going to be for. But yeah, we only have this tiny little bit left to do, so it should be nice and easy. So we have it, guys. As you can see right here, all of the items are now in place, and everything seems to make sense. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, I did say this was probably going to take longer than expected, and it did. It took around about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half to do this, which may sound completely ridiculous. It really does, but I did so many different configurations and so many different ways of organizing the items. The number of times I've actually like redone the entire thing is really quite high. So this is like the finished article, and yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm going to take a look at it over the next couple of days and just make a few tweaks and changes. For example, I'm still not 100% sure on this section because I feel like there's a few blocks in here that I'm never really going to use or have. And like obsidian, probably not going to have enough items to actually merit that having a spot right there. So as I say, there's a few little things that I should probably work out. But other than that, yeah, it seems to be the perfect storage system at this point in time. It seems to be perfectly configured. Everything makes sense. It's located in the correct location, so I can imagine this is going to fit in really, really nicely on my Hermitcraft Series 4 base. Okay, so we are now back online once again. I'm still up at the top here just because that's where I like standing at the minute. Right, let's pop down to the bottom and walk over to our storage system because, as I mentioned earlier on, you know, I'm running very, very low on iron at the minute on the Hermitcraft server, as always it seems. In fact, I'm running so low on iron that I've actually got none of it. Yeah, I've used all of my iron. So that means, of course, we're going to have to get our bums in gear, and we're going to have to do a bit of a mining session. Now, you guys know how these work, but I feel the need to explain them every single time. So, here goes. I'm going to mine for 1 hour. I'm going to go out strip mining for 1 hour, and in that time, of course, I am hopefully going to gather some resources. Now, I'm going to time-lapse the entire thing, and I want you guys to head down to the comment section and let me know how many diamonds, how much iron, how much gold, how much redstone, lapis, and coal you think I'm going to get during this mining session. And then you might be close. If you are close, congratulations, you get to brag to all of the other people in the comment section. If you're miles off, then you get to laugh at your own stupidity. That's basically how this whole thing goes down. So I'm going to crack on with that one, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That rounds up today's episode on the Hermitcraft server. I hope that you have found it interesting. I hope that you found it enjoyable. Of course, it's been a bit of a mismatched one this time around because, of course, we built the entire storage system. That was a cool project, and that's something that I really needed to do and really wanted to do for a very long time indeed. So we've done all of that. We've also planned out our sorting system, which I know is a very boring thing to do. I'm well aware of the fact that that was pretty boring footage. But it's something that had to be done. We had to do it, okay? There's no point putting that sort of thing off. I put that off for ages on Hermitcraft Series 3, and it's something that I regretted doing because it meant that all of my chests ended up in a mess almost immediately. So this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect, and I feel like we've done a good job in today's episode. And if you have enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.